Cameron Apted plays in Paul Weatherby, but Harry Dalton covers it easily, much to Weatherby's frustration.
Hey! Hey! Harry! Come on, Rangers! Come on, Rangers! Missed the whole game.
Sports may be undefeated in 8 games, but something's rotten in the village of Holland. 7 straight wins would have been 8 had Sam Cockrell converted a last-minute penalty. It seems that despite their form, the Holland players are yet to fully commit to the Barks and Mike regime. The resounding win over Westfield 2 weeks ago has become but a memory, replaced with murmurs of discontent in a squad uncomfortable with the expectations of a manager desperately trying to prepare his players for life in the upper echelons of the Mid-Sussex Prem. The visit of Eastbourne Rangers, a team lying bottom of the division and one that Sports defeated 2-1 just a few weeks earlier, provides Barks with an opportunity to get his side's push for the top back on track. But to do so, he's going to need his players to show they've got what it takes to do as they're asked. And with Mike off sick, Barks is going it alone as he prepares for the match.
There you go, mate. No worries. And then if you wouldn't mind just warming up off the pitch, just because it's going to cut up a bit today. Just any space. We're bottom right here. Over the back left's pretty flat, to be fair. So anyway, over there, Kev. Thank you. All the best, boys. All right, you got it, Jack? No. I got it. He's holding the string like Only Fools and Horses. I forget what it's like at your age. It's so forgetful, aren't they, Paul? And so, like, everything's just like hard work. I know, so we played Eastbourne twice today and Linfield twice. This is the halfway point today, isn't it? 12 games in. Yeah. Goes so quick. Okay, you got the bar, Jacko, yeah? So Eastbourne Rangers at home today. We beat them a few weeks ago. It's when Luke came on and got a straight red. So, you know, they'd have seen the video, they'd have seen everything that's gone out. So there's probably a point to prove. They are struggling a bit at the bottom of the league, but all teams turn a corner at some point. So just about not looking at the league table today and making sure that we're focused. Me and Jack have been here, it feels like about 4 hours. Mike's not very well. I wasn't very well in the week as well myself. So obviously a bit of a bug going around, and it's really unlike him to miss football. So he's not here. Jack stepped up and helped me with a few things. We've set up the pitch because also Russ, our much loved groundsman's in hospital, not very well, so he's not here. So me and Jack have just been here basically making sure everything's ready. Today I want to use our width. I want to see some 1-2, some overlaps, some third man runs, people breaking the lines. I really want to get down the flanks, get crosses in. And I've been messaging Joe all week. My dream is for Joe to unleash today, you know. He gets a little bit of stick for the chances he misses and he beats himself up. But today, for me, it's about Joe. And I'd love to be here at the end, having seen him, you know, bag a few today and really show his quality. Loads of injuries this time of year. Nathan Ashburn, in that game away at Westfield, which I think was a straight red card, thought he actually broke his leg, went to hospital, x-ray, has torn his calf, his gastrocnemius. So he's out for a long time. George is injured still, Aaron Nolan injured still. So some big players away, but that's the luxury this year of having a larger squad and people have stepped in. Yeah, every time we've got an injury or a red card or someone's missing, you know, we've got enough quality and strength in depth for someone to come in, and if they play well, they hang on to the shirt.
When Barks first arrived at the club, he insisted on playing a 3-5-2 formation that the players struggled to adapt to. Today, he believes it's a formation that should bring him success.
Well, every time we've gone the 3-5-2, we've come back, or even like at Ringmer early doors, we've managed to kind of have more of an impact on the game. So just a bit of a higher press. Luke coming in, you know, last year's captain, has been doing quite well and been training, so big game for him. Ollie Wells, big game for him. But it just allows Sam and Joe to have that partnership. I want him joining in. I'd like to see like Wardy playing to Sam and Sam playing a little 1-2 with Wardy and getting down the flanks today. You know, really getting down those wide areas. And Joe drifted a bit more, not being stuck. One thing I'd like Joe to do is be on the move a lot more, especially when Sam's flicking the ball. You know, really be on the move rather than waiting for it. So if he starts deeper, because he's got the pace, he's able to run onto things and not be offside. He is a bit lazy getting back on side though, and that's one thing. Oh!
It's taken half a season, but it seems Holland Sports finally have a working stereo.
Surely. Oh, just...
Or maybe not.
There's a black there. What? Fullback says a black there.
I need some like dark coloured boots. I think the
Alright, today's team then. Dilly in goal, back three. Brilliant last week. Joe, Charlie, Harry with the armband. Starting in that 3-5-2 shape. Wardy on the flank. Luke back in, holding in there, Lukey. Deserved it, you've come on, done really well, trained every week. Murphs and Steve, kind of reversing it now, Stevie. So Luke's sitting a bit more. You two, one of you go at any point, but you have a bit more freedom. Let's get Luke kind of protecting and quarterbacking and keeping it simple in there, Luke, yeah? And let's get those two in that kind of reverse triangle. Obviously, if they got someone breaking our line, Steve, you stay with him. Ollie, big chance for you today. Again, trained all the time, doing your runs. Okay, you deserve that in there. And I'll talk about the wing backs more in a second. Sam and Joe just starting up top today. Okay, on the bench, Mids welcome back after suspension. James welcome back after injuries. Con's on his way. And Jack on the bench there for us. Out of possession in this shape, we're high and we shuffle and squeeze. Okay, we're going to start like this today. Normally we start in a 4-5-1 and become this. This is kind of how confident I am in you today. Every time we've done this, ring me away. Every time we've changed, we've gone and won the game. Westfield, every time we've gone to it. And I think it's about me being braver and trusting you and starting like this. If we're under the cosh, Ollie and Wardy, there's nothing stopping you coming back and being a 5 for us. And there's nothing stopping Sam coming in and sitting on that deepest centre mid in there. There's nothing stopping you doing that defensively. But when we go, we get down here. Corners, Joe, Dalton, Steve staying back. Dalton, Charlie, you might want to rotate it just because the only reason I do that is because of fitness, getting up there and getting back all the time. I'm not saying you two are unfit, but just rotate it there. And Steve being that triangle. Now, Steve, even though you're there, what I liked at Westfield was you went for a short. If they don't need you there and he bounces it, Merce, do it with him, okay? But maybe control the shot a bit better, all right? I think it's still landing. Free kicks, Ollie and Merce. Merce is taking corners both sides today, so we've got outswingers one way and we've got in-swingers the other. Merce is going to be on pens for us there. And I'll just say, today's about forgetting the league table. Today's about us and our energy and really making a statement, okay? Enjoy it today. Enjoy moving that ball. It's money in the bank. They're going to be fired up. Kill that fire by passing and shifting the ball. Enjoy it. It's a bit sticky. It's a bit boggy. So let's really try now. Last week it was like into Mike Smith and we were working it across, but we didn't ever get into Sam, protect it, and have Murph and Steve's breaking in here. So I want to see Wardy getting on, Ollie getting on, and us really getting down these flanks and peppering their goal with crosses. 1-2, setting the ball, breaking these lines. Okay, boys? Enjoy today. There's a nice atmosphere in here, but we enjoy it by putting everything into it and getting the 3 points together. All right, boys? Yeah. Out on the balls. Let's go. Not too bad, is it, ref? It's going to cut up, but I've got our team sheet for you, sir. Yeah. That's my nephew's written that. That's why there's no capitals in any of the names or anything. Okay.
That's fine.
The 15's actually now gone with the reserve, so he's not with us.
Okay, that's fine.
The rest are there here.
Right. Okay, so
yeah.
Across it,
15's gone with the reserves, yeah.
Numbers are right, though.
Numbers are all okay. Good. 4's our captain.
Perfect.
All right, ref.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That's the only thing I didn't say was defending corners. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Do that zone. Yeah. And get Charlie McCarthy in. Defending corners, Dolce. Charlie just stay in the zone and win it. Yeah. And you everyone else pick up. Yeah. How you feeling today?
Yeah, sweet.
Good lad. Are you all right, Joe?
Yeah. I want to actually warm up before I start running around.
Yeah. Got a bit of time here. Yeah.
We are losing or drawing.
Oh.
Yeah. At any point, with the corners and that, can me and Charlie both go? We can organise someone else.
Yeah. You've got Ollie and Wardy can stay.
Yeah, well they're good.
If you both want to stay, yeah.
Better do first in swinger then.
First in swinger, yeah? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, that's all right. We can have 3 corner routines, can't we? We're good enough, aren't we, Steve, now? I mean, we can't do the first 2, but I bet if your one comes up and scores, I'll stick some money in the kitty for you.
I'm basically...
Big 3 boys. It could be second tomorrow morning. We could be second tomorrow morning. Everything's about grinding it out. They haven't come all this way just to sit back. But let's show them how good let's show the league how good we are today. How many we can tuck away. People want to be top goal scorers in this team. Doesn't mean being greedy, but it means being a bit more ruthless now. Really ruthless today. All right, boys, should be ready now or very close to. Okay, like I said, that's how brave I'm feeling today. That's how confident I'm feeling today. I really want to see Ollie getting on there, Wardy getting on. I want to see that partnership at play, and then Murphs or Steve joining in. And really, I know we're playing well when we're patient in possession, working that ball, not forcing it, into Luke, back out. But then we find Sam, like we did in the warm-up there. And that warm-up was really good. I'm actually really loving the atmosphere here today, because it's easy to look at league tables and think it's going to be a jolly up. You win leagues by grinding out results against everybody, on muddy pitches, on 4G pitches. So this is about being together today. From the off, that's setting our own standards, and it's about playing with purpose, not just keeping the ball for no reason, waiting to find those passes, not forcing it, but really kind of being clinical and ruthless. We've got two of the potentially highest scorers in the league here, all right, and I want to see them really showing that today. I want to see Stephen Murphs joining in, and I want to see Wardy really getting down here and making this guy's life a nightmare. It's a big 3 points, boys. Please be together out there. Don't get on at each other. Don't get on the ref. Please play with purpose, and let's be ruthless all over the park, okay? Let's go. Out we go together. Harry, lead us out. Sam and Joe, come on, shuffle over. Shuffle over!
The Holland pitch is particularly susceptible to wintry weather, yet has remained in good enough condition to host the game. Still, it is bumpy and sticky and not conducive to teams wishing to pass their way around the park.
Go on, Joe!
Eastbourne Rangers are accustomed to a 3G surface, so it's not surprising that Joe Hill was able to adapt quicker and create a decent chance early on.
Brilliant, Joe! Hey, good area, Stevie! Good decision, Charlie. He didn't touch him! He didn't touch him, ref!
There was certainly no contact, but Harry's flailing tackle did him no favours.
Good angles, good angles. Boys, don't get involved in it. Stay on our feet, please.
Rangers are fighting for their lives, and Captain Phil Broom is keen to let the sports defenders know he's there.
Get your shoot, get your shoot, get your shoot! Shuffle, shuffle! Keep it, keep it!
When Broom gets the better of Luke Harrison, the midfielder pulls him to the ground, and Rangers get another free kick in dangerous territory.
When are we going to stop giving these stupid fouls away?
We rarely see quality free kicks at this level, but Paul Weatherby has accepted the challenge. Straight from the restart, Rangers get stuck back in as Weatherby sticks one on Harry Dalton.
Thank you, ref. Pull out, Joe Cav! Wardy, pull out! Play!
Woody, that's it, class. Great shape, Wood.
Dalton's the ball, work it!
I don't mind. Because now we can pop out.
Good! Keep it, Murphs. Protect it, Ollie!
Holland are beginning to work the ball nicely, keeping the passes short as per Barks' instructions.
Time! Why is no one pressing it?
Rangers are going more direct with more success, particularly as they're going down easier than Riley Reid on an escalator.
Ref, there's so many dives out here, fella.
Fortunately for sports, Weatherby's lightning doesn't strike twice. A characteristically long ball into the channel from Charlie McCarthy gives Joe Hill a chance to get in.
Touch it!
But Rangers have defender Ricky Roberts in goal, and he's quick to sweep up.
Well done, Wardy! Time, Murphs! Time, Murphs! Keep it! Good!
Against a team with 11 men behind the ball, Sports are requisitely patient. Aaron Murphy keeps the ball moving and Joe Hill eventually gets a shot away, but he fails to test the centre-back in goal.
Drive, Charlie! Stevie! Luke, one of you get on the ball!
Barks urges his defenders to give the ball to the midfielders, who have the talent to open up the dogged defence.
Keep the ball!
When the ball reaches target man Sam, the midfielders need him to keep hold of it so they can push up. But he protects it with the efficacy of John Lennon's bodyguard.
Sam, protect it! Time!
To their credit, Holland remain patient and recycle the ball, only for Luke Harrison to eschew that approach and head for the channel as if he were Matthew Webb. Standing keeper Ricky Roberts is growing in confidence, but every now and then he reminds us that catching a ball is not his forte. Holland are upping the pressure, but they can't break through a packed penalty area.
Great ball, Murphs, come on! Left back! Time, Joe, loads of time, Joe!
With a few minutes to go until half-time, Holland knocked the ball around in the manner we've come to expect from them, with Joe Cavanagh giving Liam Parks and Cameron Apted a nightmare on the left wing.
Brilliant, Joe Cav. Ref! Ref!
Joe Cav's cross once again tests the catching capabilities of Ricky Roberts, and the big keeper flails an arm into the face of Aaron Murphy.
Ref, no card on that, he's punched him in the head.
Come on, you've got a penalty.
Yeah, he's punched him in the head.
No, he didn't.
Why has he been knocked out then?
You haven't been knocked out, you got hit in the face. I agree.
Are you okay?
No, I can't open my eye box.
Take time. Take time.
I'm bruised.
Whereabouts?
My eye, mate, straight in my eye.
Yeah, you're going to have black eye, Merce.
Nobody knows it yet, but Aaron Murphy has concussion and a fractured eye socket, and is facing several months out of the game as he awaits an operation. Roberts, however, doesn't get booked.
Jesus Christ.
The big man also saves the penalty, but Steve Panay slams home the rebound to level the scores.
Murphs. Nath, can you stay with him and keep an eye on him?
At the other end, Mike Dill manages to do something we've never seen before.
Ref, good off. Well done, ref. The 9 is so smart up there. The 9 is so, I'm just telling you, he's holding our defender's arms. I'm telling you that.
No, I'm trying to let the game play a little.
I appreciate that.
That first 10 minutes.
No, I appreciate that, but I'm just saying he's so smart. It looks one way, but he's holding, you know, like good strikers do. Look, I mean, I don't need to say much, do I? What's the problem? What's the problem?
I really believe that we're going to kill them by getting people like Harry and Steve on the ball. Let's get our best. We're amateur footballers. I know for a fact that I'm not going to play a 30-yard pass if I've got 5-yard pass. Just let the better players on the ball do the passing and we'll defend it. It will kill them a little bit more. But we are drawing. It looks like we're trying to looks like we're losing by the way we're playing football. We're so rushed. Obviously get the ball on the pitch, rush to get the ball on the pitch, but then side to side, keep it. I feel like Harry's come on and they get close to him. Joe then gives Joe enough time to come and get the ball as well. You know, the goal that we did score, Joe Cabs kept it in the corner, we just keep it nicely, but a bit more patient, please.
I think, yeah, that's patience, recycling ball. We did that, but I understand. I totally get going 1-0 down. I totally get the panic. We're thinking we're going to go out and murder them, right? It's football. It's why you don't win coupons every week. It doesn't happen all the time. You don't always beat teams in the league table the way it should be. I think we haven't earned the right to play. We've been off the pace a little bit, especially in the middle of the park with those three. We grew into it, but we allowed them time to play. We allowed them their aggression to impose their game onto us. Yet again, we give away 3 or 4 silly fouls close to our own penalty area. I work on it every week, and I say it every single week. Get up their arse, don't let them turn, pop it off. You don't need to win the ball. The 9s are clever lads. They're scrappy. They're bottom of the league. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to fight. Front 2, I think it's coming back too easy. Okay, I think we're not fighting. We're standing there wanting balls to feet. It's a slippery, unstable surface. So we are going to misplay passes. Like I expect that. But when we shorten it up there, they're panicking, boys. And you can't win the game every time the ball goes forward. I don't expect us to. So we need to win the game over an extended period of time by doing the right things. Keep it positive. All right, keep it positive. I'm not negative, screaming and shouting. We are going to make bad decisions, like I always tell you. That's part of the game. And I understand the panic going. I get that feeling of like, oh my God, everyone's going to be laughing at us. Everyone's going to think, what's happened there? But you put yourself in a great position now. You're the better team by a country mile. They're looking for one long counter over the top to the 9. That's what they're looking for when the move breaks down. The problem I have is the move breaks down too often. So that ball, if it goes behind the goal, I don't mind that because we regroup. But when it goes in, edge of the box, and we don't shoot, and we don't protect it, and we lose it, that's when we're really vulnerable. But go out, protect the ball, shorten the game up, swinging it around. That 9, I said 4-5-1, didn't I? You've got acres at the back. You've got absolute acres when we swing that ball around, and he's burning out. He's their best player, and he's burning out. The middle of the park are dropping off. I said to Merce and Steve, you've still got so much room in there, guys. They're fighting for their lives to stay in the league. You have to earn that right. You have to scrap and fight for everything out there. Okay, boys? Come on. Have a drink.
Keep an eye on him.
Pieces, Joe. Pieces, Joe. No foul, no turn. Good, Stevie. Time! Go on, Wardy. Keep in, Wardy.
Holland start the second half well, pushing up the pitch and getting the ball into dangerous areas. Sam Cockrell shoots from 7 yards out, but his effort is too close to Roberts in goal. Holland are camped out in Rangers' half, and while their short passing in the first half showed how they can break Rangers down, McCarthy still plays his trademark passes into the channels in order to give the ball away. It takes over 50 minutes for Hill and Cockrell to finally pass to one another, but the stodgy defence repels them easily. Rangers, meanwhile, are constantly looking for the counter-attack. Cameron Apted plays in Paul Weatherby, but Harry Dalton covers it easily, much to Weatherby's frustration.
Hey! Hey!
Weatherby attacks Dalton's ankle as if he were Ivan Drago attacking Apollo Creed's face, and having just returned from long-term injury, Dalton reacts like Clubber Lang and is inevitably shown the red card. Weatherby receives just a yellow for his part, so Holland find themselves playing 10v11 for the 5th time this season.
Luke, you sit in centre back with him. Wardy sitting at right. Ollie, there's no chase to you, Ollie. You do what you're doing. Joe Cav go in the centre. Wardy go right at the free.
On the sidelines, Conor McGuinness has accused Weatherby of not being a very nice chap, but the lino has misunderstood and thought the C word was aimed at him, so he's grassed Conor up.
He's talking about you, mate. He's talking about you. I think he thinks you've said that to him.
At all. You came on. You came on. I didn't see what you did, but I heard you've done something.
He's playing.
So please, no more.
Their manager's on the pitch there in the middle of that brawl. What's he doing?
Yeah, but Box, I pulled your players out of it.
Can you go away?
I pulled your players out of it.
Can you go away?
Pretty much everybody at the game is shell-shocked by Harry's red, and the lino's errors are not helping the situation.
That hasn't gone. That hasn't gone. Come on, Lino, please pick it up a little bit, please.
With his incredible pace, Joe Hill dreams of a ball over the top. Sadly, he was still asleep when it arrived.
How does he not get away from him there? He's 100%. Work rate! Everyone, work rate!
With Dalton missing, Holland's temperamental passing game is even more unreliable, and Eastbourne Rangers are not finding any challenge in breaking their opponents down.
Get us the winner, Joe. Joe, come on. Working.
Holland's all-round game is becoming shambolic, and Rangers are forgetting they're bottom of the league, and they're enjoying having the upper hand.
Ref! On the keeper!
A perfectly good goal is ruled out, presumably because keeper Mike Dill barged into the striker. Like Anna Sherbakova during her summer training, Holland Sports are on thin ice.
Head.
Joe Hill, channel run.
Set me.
Joe and Sam finally realise their potential up top, but James Unwin makes a stunning tackle.
Joe, Sam, brilliant. Sam, work back in.
Press that. And again, man shoulders, man
No
both
foul,
shoulders.
no foul. Well done, James. Man on hard.
Look, Sammy, look. Take a foul, it's fine. Don't mind taking a foul there.
Get over him.
DC, go left!
Win it, Wards. Time, James. Get at him, James. James, get at him. Beat him, James.
Go on, Macca.
Ref!
Tom McDonald, fucking class! Hey, who's on you?
Foul throw! He's going for it.
You're in.
Line
No!
out!
Fuck off, you fucking idiot!
Oi!
No way!
Oi!
No fucking way!
Oi! Referee! Have a word!
Ref, he's about 5 yards onside!
Ref, have a word with that language there,
That's
please.
fucking awful!
Ref, and again, telling you you're awful.
That's awful though!
Ref, you got a sin bin, haven't you? You got something, ref? Can't swear at you like
Cheating
that.
box.
Can't swear at you like
That's
that.
fucking cheating!
Calling him a cheat now, ref. Ref, he's calling him a cheat.
He's 5 yards onside! Fucking awful!
Calling him a cheat now, ref. Great ball. Must be.
Holland are improving. Connor and Harry Middleton are providing ammunition, but they're going to need to find a striker who can head the ball.
Oh my God.
And again, now do it again!
Great ball. Get over him.
Joe Hill has awoken. His mazy run leaves the Rangers defenders looking like fools, and the striker ends it with a trademark finish. Soon after, another quality cross from Connor doesn't get the header it deserves.
Great ball.
Fucking what a ball that is.
Corner ball.
With 10 minutes to go, Rangers finally get out of their own half and stretch Holland, reminding them that they've only got 10 men on the pitch.
White ball if it goes! Staying in!
Conor McGuinness does well to get back and clear, but the gap in midfield invites a volley from Cameron Apted.
Fucking get in there! Hey, fucking tight now! Don't fucking switch off! Press the ball!
To their credit, Holland keep pushing, and a questionable header from Jack Norton nearly levels the scores. Deep into injury time, Holland throw everybody forward, hoping for a lucky break.
Get up, white winner! You're in! Right shoulders!
A long clearance catches out Mike Dill, and Tom McDonald toe pokes the ball into an empty net.
Every time the ball unlucky you.
How many times can I say stand up? How many times have I got to get a player a straight red card before they start listening? I've never had so many red cards in my life. All right, he's fouled you, but you're the captain. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that at 1-1. I'm literally... I guarantee all the other results gone our way and we'd have been second if we won today. I guarantee it, that's what's going to happen. I can't deal with it anymore. I honestly can't deal with it anymore, Phipp. I'm lost for words. The whole thing, Phipp. This whole thing, I'm lost. I'm just lost. I'm lost for words.
up, boys.
Boys, we're going to have games like this, aren't we? Come on, still lift that trophy at the end of the season, come on.
All right, boys, just literally 2 minutes, that's all I need. Just 2 minutes. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. Really, really hurts. You know, I'm running out of words, really. We're still diving in. I've never seen so many red cards in a season. And I sit here and say things, and people look at me, but we just don't do it. We just don't protect the ball and set the ball. We just don't stand and not dive in. We can't win a league getting a red card every other game. And I've never seen a reaction like that, boys. I've never seen a reaction like that. So, that aside, I don't know what to do really now, because I'm trying to say the right things, go for 5Ks, I'm trying to run training the best I can, but at some point, the lads in here that aren't doing it, you have to step up. We can't win a league if 4 players are out doing a 5K and 9 aren't. If 6 people are at training and 10 aren't. We don't deserve to. We just don't deserve to. That is up there, one of the most painful games, from the refereeing to the way we played at the start. There's nobody of any quality in there, the 9. They had a centre half in goal. And we just don't, I don't know what it is, boys. I don't know what it is. Message me if you've got any ideas, because I'm running out of ideas. Because we know there's talent in here, but something stops us playing to our maximum. Something stops us working to our maximum. Something stops us during the week going, we ain't got time to do a 5K. I ain't got time to get there. I ain't got time to train. These teams are training, these are training twice a week, lads. It's a massive step up. And I look back at the AFC game on the friendly. I'm saying the same things I'm saying now. I've been saying the same things for about 8 weeks. But I don't know what to say other than don't get sent off. Don't get a straight red, then stand up, don't dive in. When you want to step up levels, you've got to fight and be strong for everything. You've got to be sharp, you've got to be fit. The futsal's not enough. It's not enough. I said it last week, I said it again. The futsal's not enough. It depends how much you want it now. Look, I can go on and on. Like I've always said, we win together, we celebrate, we lose, we all hurt together. No one's shooting off. You guys are going to do the kit. You guys are going to sweep the changing room. You guys are going to sort everything in here. And you guys are all going to have a drink in the bar. Okay? Yeah. All right, well done.
Everyone gets a training this week as well. Fuck all the 5K, do that in your own time. I've got to training first, boys. I don't have enough people there.
Soon after the Eastbourne Rangers fixture, an unconfirmed number of players held a team meeting to discuss the pros and cons of the current management. They sent a single player to present their feedback to Barks and Mike. Within minutes, Holland Sports found themselves without a management team, and Holland Uncovered episode 10 would become a season finale.
So I think the main thing with getting those guys in, having spoken to them, heard their ambitions, and they kind of matched my own and the rest of the clubs, broadly speaking. I think the main thing was to stabilise the football team, which had probably until then been a little bit shy of leadership and management. I think I mentioned it at the outset, 4 or 5 months ago, that we needed that kind of leadership, we needed some structure, and we needed a bit of stability.
There's certainly a sense of unfinished business. We set out at the beginning of the year to take a club who wanted to progress, and we always felt, we never wavered from the fact that we thought we could challenge for promotion and take the club to the next level. So to having left and not achieved that, of course there's a sense of on reflection that you wish you could have done more, stayed on maybe and completed the job.
We could have been nicer, we could have lowered our expectations. We could have said, yeah, go out on the last Friday night, play Sunday league football, don't worry about training. We could have dropped our high standards, but that's not who we are. We've had 5 back-to-back promotions. I have a desire to manage higher. I took a sideways step under the premise that there was opportunities for growth, to do something similar to what has happened at South Park and make them a Ryman club one day. And it just didn't happen, on the ball and off the ball.
These kind of disagreements and slightly different objectives, you know, they rumble on, you know, sometimes they do explode, sometimes they don't, you know, but clearly on this occasion, whatever happened sort of happened. I know that's not, you know, and I'm not party to that. It's not, you know, I'm not a player, you know, who's playing in that team. In fact, you know, it's very difficult being on the outside commenting, so I probably shouldn't say, you know, a great deal more than I know there was a great deal of appreciation, but maybe not a perfect alignment of kind of objectives.
I think we got to the point of saying we're providing the environment, we're providing the structure for people to be successful, but clearly there are one or two people there that maybe were not so happy. And to come forward and to have these conversations with us and let's discuss it and talk about it. And after training one day, one of the players was allocated responsibility for bringing concerns to the table. My understanding was a small group of core people that live close to the club got together and spoke on behalf of all of the players, which, you know, was probably not the best thing to do. There's lots of players in the group, I think, that have come forward and spoken to us now, and, you know, they weren't involved in that conversation. We certainly weren't involved in that conversation. But the thing that I suppose gets to me and Barks most is that the things that they were not happy about were things that were going to help everybody progress. Asking players to look after themselves on a Friday so that they can give everything for their friends on a Saturday, I don't think it's a big commitment, especially as you go up higher. I get it for a Sunday team, for a Saturday team, you know, people are paying to play and whatever, and they might want to go out for a few beers on a Friday. But I wouldn't do that to my teammates. You know, I'd owe it to my teammates that I'm one of the players. I need to give it my all, so I'm going to get myself best prepared as I can to go and do that. And I think some of the things that were talked about, some of the ideas that were presented by this one particular player, just made it so it was untenable. You know, you couldn't run a football team that was trying to be successful.
I don't think you can ever question commitment of players that pay to play, pay for their own training, pay for their own petrol to get to games, you know, and give up considerable leisure time. You know, their Saturdays largely, they're travelling down to the south coast, you know, on some occasions. They're literally giving up their whole Saturday, you know, to do this. You know, are they expected to stay in on a Friday night, you know, and put their feet up to then go and pay to play on a Saturday, you know, on a quagmire? You know, I don't know. You know, some people will probably say yes, you know, but if the opinion of those players is no, actually I'm living, you know, I'm living to live, not living just for football, then probably the answer is no, in which case, you know, you're going to get mixed results on a Saturday because you're perhaps not as fit as you could have been or match fit as you could have been. But that's their choice and that's the right they have, you know, when you pay to play.
It was just a mismatch. It's a bit like being in a relationship with someone at the wrong time of life. You know, we went there to progress. We're ambitious people. Barks wants to drag people with him and go on a journey of being successful. However, it turns out, I think, that perhaps there are certain people within the club that didn't really want to do that, and they were using football as their social time, which is fine. It's, you know, but that isn't what we were there for.
It just wasn't the right fit then from the get-go. You know, it wasn't the right match for me and Mike to go in there and try and attain high standards if people don't want to buy in. The first team at any club should be a beacon for everybody in that community, for all those youth teams. The first team players should be setting the standards for all those kids in the area. You have a responsibility when you're a first team player at any club at any level. You have to lead by example. And me and Mike tried to change that culture to get them out running, to get them at training. And it was tough, you know, it was tough. And obviously we had bigger dreams than they did.
I didn't want to see them go. You know, they were good guys. They brought an awful lot to the club and they will leave a legacy. If you're not all bought into the same philosophy, then it's really difficult to make it work because everyone feels slightly aggrieved about the fact that, oh, I'm giving up my time and I'm not getting what I want. Yeah, but I'm giving up my time and I'm not getting what I want. And I think that's, I think there are probably other clubs that have gone through this who are transitioning, you know, in kind of, again, we say this thing about moving between amateur and semi-professional, you know, where's the line drawn?
What's next? Well, you know, just enjoying a bit of time really away from football. It's stressful, it's time consuming. Me and Mike are watching a lot of non-league football locally, watch Banstead and Chipstead and Merstham, a few local clubs. But we have a desire to get back in a dugout at some point, whether that be step 6, step 5.
Certainly, I think we're finished with this level. You know, I'm fairly relaxed about it. I think there will be a club. Are we in a rush? No, we've been out and watched lots of games of football. You know, we've been able to go and do that, speak to people. We've had great conversations with managers from higher levels that love what we're doing and have told us to, you know, stick it out and you know, we'll get there and stuff like that. So, no rush, but certainly, you know, if an opportunity presents itself, we're more than ready to get going and crack on with it.
Me and Mike love football. You know, I love the game. And yes, we have high standards. That will never ever change. And wherever we go, we'll have those high standards. And we have those standards for ourselves, for the club, for the badge, but for all those people behind the scenes as well who are important to, you know, every non-league club out there.
How you doing, Bark? Nice to meet you. How are you? Nice to meet you. Because we're new here, we're just working out if you were here before. Good to see you. Yeah, I know. That's right. But we want to enjoy it and have a laugh with you boys and get to know you all. And we want to win games of football, and hopefully you boys do too.
We're not indestructible. Baby, better get that straight. I think it's unbelievable how you even some things are
to work out the dynamics of the first 16, to work out the dynamics of who's happy kind of going to be competing for a place in that 16, who's going to get the hump and storm off.
I'm not asking for another chance. I just want to know there's no easy way out. There's no sure.
From the second we go out there today, lads, we're on it, we're chasing them, we're turning them, and we're making them work hard.
I don't want to pacify you. I don't want to drag you down. But I'm feeling like a street.
We don't need to be, we're on the front foot, we've got our foot on the accelerator and we're going forward.
I see all the angry faces, afraid that could be you and me, talking about what might have been.
Some of us are going to think about our Friday nights.
Thinking about what used to be. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut. There's no easy way out. Get
Don't turn on each other. Don't turn on each other. Turn on them. You didn't come to this game ready. I came ready. I was here at 11. I was ready. Setting up, thinking about it, talking about everything. I was ready.
You got a shirt, you're a key player. There's about 100 lads in the reserves. We'll be dying to have that shirt today.
We are much, much better than most of the teams in this league when we play the way we want to play and when the attitude is right.
Some things are worth fighting for. Some feelings never die. I'm not asking for another chance. I just want to know why. There's no easy way out.
Boys, this is why we play the game. To come to these places and show our character. Get that music going. Get in there! Get in there, boys!
We'll be doing all we can to win, saying the right things, having the right conversations, setting the team up the best we can. Who knows, something else might go wrong next week, but we've got to adapt to that. So I'm here, we're working hard, our hearts are all in the right place, and if you keep that integrity and that desire, eventually it will all come good.
This was indeed the final episode of Holland Uncovered. We'll be back with more someone uncovered. When we figure out who that is, we'll let you know. Unless you're in the future and you're watching this, in which case you already know. So could you let us know? Then it would save us a lot of hassle, because we'd like to know what team we're going to follow next.